Go.
And for the third time.
Third time's the charm.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Alleged Podcast. This is episode 47
Whoop, whoop.
on a Friday morning.
It's a gloomy Friday morning.
Very. Zach just got out of bed.
I totally did, yeah.
He had a tornado run through his house, only his house this morning.
Yeah, no, you know what? It was a fucking shit show this morning because we took all this shit out of our fucking bathroom. I guess we had to take all this shit out of our bathroom closet and our fucking bathroom, counter space or whatever. We have all our drawers and the sink or whatever. And it was just a pain to fuck. And then on top of that,
Pain to fuck.
yeah, no, I said pain in the fuck.
Oh, I thought you said pain to fuck.
That's a pain to fuck.
Anyways, so that took a while, and then at 7:30, my grandmother looks outside our door, and she notices my brother's car is behind mine, and then hers is just on the side, and she was like, "Oh my God, you guys gotta move the cars. They need room," and I'm like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you." I literally told her, I'm like, "I'm gonna kill you, Nana." And then my brother, his dumb ass, he fucking just went downstairs and just went to sleep on the couch.
Right after that?
Yeah, so I had to fucking move all the cars. And on top of that, the guys came as I was moving the cars, and I was like, "Do you want me to move them all?" And they're like, yeah. So I had to fucking move all our cars into the street. And then I had to hold my dog down for 2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah. Well, she just wouldn't fucking stop. Normally she mellows out at some point.
What did they have to do in the bathroom?
Well, they had to go upstairs in that upstairs bathroom, and they're taking out everything. The
Yeah.
walls, the ceiling. I think they're changing out the fan.
Getting
the
rid of
light.
your bathroom.
Yeah, it's going to be a whole new thing.
Why?
Because we're selling the house, so that bathroom was fucked. The downstairs bathroom was fucked. That's over.
Well, yeah,
with
why
the-
aren't they working on the downstairs one?
That one's done.
Oh, it's done.
It's
already.
done. That was the first thing we got done.
Oh.
But that one wasn't that bad because nobody ever showered in the bathroom. Now we got a shower in that bathroom, which fucking sucks.
Wait, what do you mean it sucks? That's
'Cause-
2 showers now.
No, we can't.
Yeah, but
We're not using the upstairs one now.
Yeah, because you said they took out the
Oh,
wall
right.
and everything.
Yeah,
so.
because it was just really bad.
Right.
So
Come on, babe.
So now, they're just
Right.
completely changing the upstairs, and I don't know if they're doing anything else with the downstairs. I think they were talking about changing out the sink or something like that. But yeah, but they're my aunt basically is in charge of whatever the fuck we're doing with our house because she's gonna help us sell it.
Yeah.
And it's just the house was made in the '60s, and there's a lot of different things that kind of they didn't really compensate for or think about at that time.
Of course they didn't, because they didn't
So-
think they'd be buying a new house in 2018 like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
I don't even know if they thought they'd be in this house that long. Probably. You think so?
Well,
I
you
don't
see,
know.
both my grandparents, they lived on the south side of Chicago growing up, and then they moved into an apartment, and then my grandfather bought, I think it was a 1967 Pontiac GTO, and it got stolen within 2 weeks.
Nice.
So they decided to move into the suburbs, and I think this was the second or third house that they saw, and they actually were going to move into Ishnawa. They actually looked at a house that was built in Ishnawa.
You could
By
have been,
Tom's house.
I was about to say Tommy.
Yeah, I probably would have been his neighbor, because I think it was on that street path.
Yeah.
So
Well, I told you a long time ago, my parents looked at a house by your old house in Oak Lawn.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
yeah,
That's just crazy.
yeah.
Y'all
it is
just
weird.
living in each other's homes.
We were meant to be together.
Something.
Anyways, though, so it's a whole thing. It kind of sucks though, because last night it was my last shower basically in that room, and it's I fucking hate. No, but you don't understand. The downstairs bathroom is just so fucking inconvenient. It's just this tiny little square, and then if you shut the fucking the shower curtains in that bathroom downstairs, it's super fucking dark on the other side, and it's just really
Scared of
shit.
the dark?
And originally that one had a glass pane door or whatever, but then they took it out for whatever fucking reason. And I would have showered down there if that was the fucking case, but no. So I'm hoping that maybe they will do that. Maybe they can put that in, because honestly, it's built for that.
Yeah.
So it just kind of looks dumb. It looks
It was meant to be.
yeah, it just looks fucking stupid. I don't know, with the fucking curtain. Anyways, fuck my house shit. What's going on with you guys?
I didn't get paid.
You didn't get paid yet?
I have not gotten paid yet.
Did
You
you
gotta
get
wait
paid?
one more week. I think it takes one more week.
Why though? Because
I don't know.
I know
Uh,
because usually
Bob did not tell me that because you don't understand
Well, you
how
don't-
much I'm waiting on this.
Yeah, I know, but you don't get paid. I mean, you're getting paid for it, but you don't get paid that initial first week. You get paid the next week. If that makes any sense.
well, it makes sense because I know, but like
It would have been nice if he told me this yesterday when I asked him.
You should ask
I
me.
told him. No, I asked him. I was like, "Is there a reason why I haven't seen anything in my account yet?" And he's like, "Oh, give it a day or two." So I was
Wait.
gonna wait till like.
Is there a
being
new
in
Is there a new
today.
owner now? Cause you asked him.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I don't know, but wait, did you have a debit before?
What do you mean?
Like, did you have a debit or? Oh yeah, you did because you worked at Kohl's,
I've
right?
always had one.
Yeah. Cause like originally, like I didn't know what I was gonna do because I just had a savings and I just closed out the debit and then like I started working there and I'm like,
No,
Yeah,
I
I'm not
actually
gonna-
only had my checking. I've never had a saving until.
really?
this
Oh,
month.
okay.
Well, because when I was working, I didn't really spend as much, so it just sat there.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah. You see, like that kind of makes sense. Like it'd be kind of nice to just have it all in one spot, but like at the same time, like it kind of, I don't know. It's like a discipline, I guess, to just have another account and basically force yourself to just be like, no, you're not using that right now.
I'm sure it is, but like I said, I started seasonal last year, and I made almost $1,000, and I didn't really touch it until Christmas.
Yeah.
And then when they let me go for the season, that's when I actually started to touch the money.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was just sitting there.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying you're not in control. I'm
I
just, I think in general it's probably like a good thing to have. And I think this is fucking, maybe this is broke. I don't know. Oh no, it's not. There we go. It's just really loose. Anyway, so.
I'm going to Build-A-Bear today.
Oh yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna take her to Build-A-Bear. Where else are we doing? What else are we
Pikachu?
doing?
Getting a Pikachu?
Yeah,
I
we're
don't
gonna.
know.
I don't know what we're gonna get. Do they even have Pikachu?
Wait,
Yeah,
this is me and you? I thought I was getting the bear.
Oh, I thought we were going together though.
We are, but I thought I was the one getting the bear.
You are, but I thought we were going together.
Oh, okay.
No, you guys should buy a lizard.
No.
Do you think like if you bought a lizard, you'd be able to just like let it go around your house?
No.
No,
Not with fire.
No.
I don't know.
Like you talking
Kobe
about like
probably chew 'em
one of
up.
those dragon. What are they called? Like a dragon.
Bearded dragon?
Bearded dragon.
Like the really big one?
Yeah, like the.
No.
What are you talking about? Like the little
No, just
geckos?
like a fucking lizard. Yeah, like a gecko.
No.
So you talking about like the Geico gecko?
Sure.
Oh my
it
god.
would be.
no.
He'd be. We'd lose him in like
He'd
a
be
day.
dead within
No, but some
hours.
people they let them just around their house. So they can eat the bugs, and then they usually come back to their little cage at
We
night.
might if we
Maybe
had
if
our
you
own
live in-
place and we didn't have dogs, and I don't think fire would eat them. But
No.
I
What
think
about-
if we-
No.
What about a frog?
No.
Why are we having a frog?
No. Why
Yeah,
are we
that'd be
having
kinda cool.
reptiles run around our house?
Just to eat the fucking bugs.
No.
What bugs? You trying to say we got bugs?
No, but like every
Yeah.
once in a while you see a fly or a spider, they'll fucking get it.
So you get a
haven't
fly
seen a
swatter.
Fucking get it. Yeah, but this way you don't have to deal with it. You can just be like, sick 'em, Ralph.
takes
you
It's
know?
2
more
seconds.
work for
And-
a bearded
And
dragon.
honestly, I really do think people enjoy running around the house with a fly swatter.
Oh, I
They
definitely
feel
do.
like ninjas.
No. Fuck that. That's a
Really,
waste of time.
of all people, I feel like you would enjoy.
I fucking hate this kid, and he's gonna walk by 5 fucking times.
Yeah, he is.
Who is he?
I don't know. I
The
just
kid in the blue sweater.
I
Yeah.
know. I saw.
Well,
him.
actually, you.
honestly, we
That's
got
the
we
sad-
got the same setup going on.
Yeah, and it's sad.
Yeah, but I don't know. Every time I see that kid, I just like I just picture myself just like karate chopping him in the back of the head. And there's nothing like serial killer-esque about that. It's just very true.
No, it's just like, stop doing this, please.
I know, but he does it. every
There he
time.
goes.
And he's running now. You son of a bitch. Oh God.
Yeah, we were originally gonna do the podcast
I was about to
outside
bring
this.
that up.
What?
I was about to bring that up.
Yeah, we were gonna do it outside this room,
Like we did last time.
like we did
But
last time.
We had a very unnecessary crowd of loud Arabs, and they were loud.
Profiling.
I guess I'm profiling.
It's
You
okay,
clearly
'cause
see
She's allowed
them.
technically.
She's allowed.
Oh man, but yeah, I don't know. It was I like I said, I walked it. Motherfucker, did it on this side now. Anyways,
He's gonna go visit the orgy in the next.
Yeah, he fucking is. So,
There goes your boss Jim. That's his name, right?
Does kind of look like him,
Yeah.
honestly, a little bit.
Well,
Did you see him?
Yes, I did.
He was in here
Because-
yesterday, like 15 minutes before I got off.
Right now,
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to work on this Excel project for the Microsoft class
Yeah.
because my Dell laptop charger at home
Fire ate it.
ate it. Well, first I should say I primarily use my MacBook.
And
But
he
I've
didn't
had-
eat
Wait,
it,
what
eat
did
it.
he eat?
He didn't eat it. He just chewed up
He
the cord.
chewed it. So I use my MacBook, but I've had problems with my MacBook charger.
Oh my god.
And so I've gone through my third MacBook charger because they just stopped working and charging my laptop. So I have to. So this one has been dead for like a day and a half, so I couldn't do the project on there. And plus, I can't get Microsoft Office to work on my MacBook for whatever reason. So then I was going to use my Dell, but my Dell died, and my kitten chewed up the charger.
So Fire ate himself.
So I have no laptops, and this project is due today, so I'm currently working on it.
When
Yeah.
today, 6?
6 o'clock, yes.
Then why don't you just do this instead of doing Uber? Because there's no way you're going to
No.
get it done.
Yes, I will.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will.
James,
Don't doubt me.
do not make me. I will not give you the keys to the car.
Babe,
No.
I'm almost done with it now.
Are you really?
Yes.
Do you know what you're doing?
Babe, I did this yesterday. And that the only reason I didn't have it, I couldn't do it. Like,
Wait, am I driving you afterwards?
yeah.
You told me Monday to
I know, but
Right,
I
but-
Don't you just mean
because-
wouldn't it just work the whole week to do it?
No, because normally what
No,
he'd do
because-
is Thursday and Friday he'd do Uber since he gets out before I
But
get out.
you'll still.
The only reason I didn't say Friday is because I wasn't thinking about Friday because, I was like, okay, well, I don't have class until 12 and she starts at 11.
Right.
So I'll have the car, but then I'm like, oh wait, we do the podcast at 10.
Yeah.
She starts at 11, so she'll have to take the car while we're doing the podcast.
So wait, But what about Tuesday and Thursday? I don't need to do those days.
No, I said Monday through Wednesday. And then I excluded Thursday and Friday, but now it's just Thursday that's excluded. So Monday,
it's every
Tuesday,
day
Wednesday,
except Thursday.
Thursday.
But why except Thursday?
Because I don't have to go to...
Oh, you don't have to go to that class.
I don't have to go to the Thursday class.
Okay, no, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. I was just like, I was confused when you told me that the other day, because I'm like, if he needs me to do it Monday,
Yeah, no,
Wednesday.
I don't even think he realized about the podcast stuff because we were in the car and I was like, okay, so that means this stuff is going to go in your car.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing. This podcast stuff's going to have to go in your trunk until
Okay.
you drive it.
There's nothing in my fucking trunk, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, okay. This is all news to you.
Honestly, I don't care. It's just, Anyways, so my drum machine came in yesterday.
What-
And also my
What-
monitors, literally everything came in yesterday. Everything.
Everything.
All my wires, everything. So
Everything.
I got really sad because I realized I'm a fucking retard. Yes, I used the R word. I'm sorry.
No, he's not.
Well, I applied it to myself, so I guess
What
I really
is-
can't.
When people hear drum machine, they might think you're...
All right, it's
They
not,
might think you're an R word because you're calling a set of drums a drum machine.
Okay, yeah, because our friend Tom asked fucking the other day, you mean like fucking rock band? Like just something, where the fuck you at? No, so a drum machine is just like, I don't know, well, they all look different, but basically there's just a little box and it has all the different drum components on it, but like as buttons and like there's...
It's like a little DJ set with like
Yeah.
buttons, kind of.
Yeah, but anyways though, so for a while I was looking for one that had like real drum sound because
Yeah.
most of them are just like like it just sounds so fucking stupid, and I get it. They're mainly for fucking techno. I understand that and all that shit, the fucking electronic music. But I was really trying to look for one that was like, yeah, fucking have real drum sounds. And then I went on this forum, and it was literally like the first response, like, oh, hey, check out this Alesis something. And it was like, okay. And then I fucking looked it up, and like right away, of course, I'm like, yep, this is exactly what I wanted. And it was cheap too, because like all the other ones were like...
His definition of cheap is not what you think.
No, because Zach here is...
Well, okay.
No, I'm just clarifying
No,
because
hold
his
on.
cheap
No,
is
because-
like $300.
no, wait.
Okay,
But wait,
Okay.
hold on. Let me say something first. Zach, there's in his terms of cheap, he's going off of the
competitor's price.
Yes, he's going off of like competition and like all
Yeah.
this. So like, if you're saying, well, okay, so if you see how much is usually an Audi or a Mercedes? Like, what's the price range or a
Depends
Volvo?
on what.
Okay,
Okay, if we're going with the used Volvo, Aline got
no.
his
What is a new Volvo?
new Volvo? That's like, if we think about the one that I want, that's probably like 40-50 grand.
Okay,
Maybe.
so maybe we find that exact same one somewhere for like 25. You'd be like, damn, that's cheap for a Volvo.
Yeah.
He's saying, damn, that's cheap for a drum machine.
I know, but I'm just clarifying that his cheap is not as cheap.
And you want to know, she's right. But see, the difference between me and you guys live together and you guys have kind of shared expenses and you have all this other stuff going on.
Uh-huh.
Whereas I'm just one person. I live in a house rent free. And I basically save up my money so I can build up whatever I'm trying to do, you know?
Right.
And I don't know, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I am willing to pay for something if it's long-lasting quality. You know what I mean? Like, if I can buy this and, like, it's the best of the best, but it's for a decent price and it's something that I will enjoy having and whatever, then I'm fine with that, you know? But like when I was looking at these drum machines that were like the best ones that were at least people were saying were the best, they were like $400 or $500 to $1,000, and I was like, yeah, I'm not fucking paying that much money for something that goes. Like I'm not doing that. Like I'm sorry, but it's not gonna happen. So when I found this out, I mean, this thing is something that was made in the '90s, and it's only $150. And, like, I know it sounds pretty expensive for something that just makes drum noises, but the thing is that this is, like, a digital one, so there's, like, over, like, 100 different snares and kicks and all this other stuff. So it has a bunch of different sounds, and then on top of that, it has a bunch of different, like, already preset-made drum patches that you could just use. Yeah. And then on top of that, you can use those and record over them and make them your own. So you can still use them, and it's really cool. Anyways, though, so I got it in yesterday, and it was like kind of like this big, like I don't know, like maybe like the size of a Switch controller, maybe. And I really didn't expect it to be that fucking big. I was like, I thought it was gonna be way smaller, but no, it was pretty big, and I was kind of pissed because I was really expecting it to be battery powered. I don't think it's battery powered. I think you really have to plug it in to use it. Yeah. So I don't really like that about it. But
what made you think it was battery powered?
I don't know. It just because it has that kind of like old fashioned Game Boy kind of preset screen where it's like just like the brownish beige kind of color. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So I kind of thought, oh, maybe it doesn't need a lot of power or whatever. But no, it's a 9-volt plug-in, whatever. But I really thought I was gonna like have trouble figuring out how to use it, and I was like, oh, no, this is pretty simple. I mean, it's pretty fucking easy. But the thing that I was going to mention that I'm stupid about is my monitors also came in. And by monitors, I mean my speaker monitors. First of all, I didn't think... Now, they had the opposite effect. I thought they were going to be bigger. They're smaller than I expected, but they're fucking loud. Like, they're really fucking loud. So that's pretty cool. But you can also plug headphones in and whatever. But... The thing that I was dumb about is all the wires that I bought, I based off of what was on the back panel. And if you know anything about speakers, usually the back panel is mostly like an output kind of thing. So I kind of thought they were inputs, and I just have a bunch of wires now that are useless. But I mean, if I do need them, at least I have them.
They're going on a trip.
Wow. It's the March.
That's fucking crazy. Anyways, so basically though, in all I need to do with the fucking drum machine, I just take either the headphone input, or if I have a dual TRS, I can just put in left and right, and then just put it in the input in the front.
Okay.
That's it. But it's pretty fucking cool. I mean, it's really awesome. So now I just got to pick a synthesizer, and just yeah. And what I was gonna mention though, the synthesizer that I was looking at is like $1,500, but then I found one that's mint condition, only $1,100, and it comes with a gig bag and everything that came in the original box.
Hey.
And that's fucking crazy. I mean, real, because like this is like, I don't know how to explain it. Like this is like the higher kind of version of the original. I don't know how to explain because you don't know nothing about it, but
You're right.
it's a great fucking deal. So what I'm gonna do is I messaged the dealer basically, and I'm like, hey, I'm really interested in this. So can you please just hold on to it until next Wednesday? That's when I get my paycheck. And I do have enough money to buy it. I want to just have enough money to where at least I'll have.
That reminds me of?
What?
That dude who we was trying to sell his phone to.
Oh, this guy?
Yeah. When we were trying to sell Tyler's phone, some guy was like, oh, can you just hold it till Friday? And we were still getting messages, but we were like, no, the guy said he would get it.
Was this that fucking guy that was trying to bring it down a lot?
No,
it was a different guy, and
was he still a schemer?
Well, not really. He was. I think he was okay with the price. He was just like, "Hey, can you hold it for another week?"
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And at this point, we've been waiting to sell this for a while, so I was like, "Yeah,
it was
sure."
like a month.
Yeah.
And come Friday, we were like, "Hey, where are we gonna meet?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I should have mentioned we got another one." Really? Like, you could have either messaged me and be like, hey, we can take it earlier, or you could have said, hey, we found another one.
Yeah.
Because, at this point, we were relying on the money, kind of, but, we're not so much now. We built
And then
up.
it's funny because we spent $210 to get his new phone, and then we basically spent the same price to get mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So it was a pretty good deal.
Anyway, so I do have enough money to buy it, but the thing is I also got to buy a stand. And since this is expensive, I'm getting a decent stand for it, which is I think $100 because it's made out of steel. But yeah, so I want to at least have enough money in my debit just to be able to buy stuff still. So I'm waiting until Wednesday. And
yeah,
the guy said he would hold on to it, so
that's what he says.
I know. See, I don't know the policies on the website, so I don't know if you can really do that. The thing that I like, though, is that this guy basically, he ships stuff within 24 hours. So that's good. Anyways, yeah. I mean, see, the problem is, though, is the thing with synthesizers is that they're really not keyboards. Synthesizers are basically just these components that create natural sound, and you can manipulate them. And the keyboards are just kind of they put in the notes. And for some of them, they're monophonic, which means there's one note at a time, so no chords. This one is, I think, paraphonic, so it's two notes at a time. So I could still do technically power chords and shit like that. And then it's mainly for lead, and that's what I fucking care about. So that's fine. But at the same time, I was thinking maybe I should just get a polyphonic, which means 4 notes. I can practice piano stuff and all that, but at the same time, I don't give a fuck about that. And I think this is just the way I'm gonna go. But the only thing I'm worried about is if I ever do play a piano or something like that, I just won't be used to having access to whatever. Because Todd's piano, you could just sit on the fucking keys and they'll play all of them.
Did your grandma
so
say anything
Chinese
about the
to me. I don't. See, because you know how I feel about music. So, you're sitting here, for the past, week, you're sitting here telling me, oh, this is going to come. I got this. I'm finally going to buy this. And,
he doesn't even listen to a music album.
No, I was telling Lewis at work yesterday. I was he's like, have you ever heard this song? I'm like, no, I don't listen to music. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I don't like music.
It's not that you don't like music. I think you just don't really get into it.
I don't. But I'm thinking, Zach's so excited about this, and I'm like, if this showed up at my door, I'd be like, take this back. I don't want any of this.
Yeah,
I don't even know what this is. But you were like, the chords came today. I'm like, to plug something in.
But you see, the thing is that this synthesizer world I was talking about, it's a whole new thing to me, and it's just exciting. You know what I mean? Just to be kind of branching out to something else.
Yeah, well, it's nice and all, but
oh, you didn't answer my question.
I don't get it.
I know you don't get it. It's fine.
Zach,
what?
Did your grandpa say anything about it all coming in?
Hey, what?
All the stuff coming in. Because I know you said the other day.
No, he kept fucking saying, oh, is this the $300 thing you bought the other day? And I had to keep telling him I got it refunded. And then he fucking bitches I don't remember anything. You can't yell at me about it. And I'm like, fuck that. I'm going to yell at you if I want. Because he's just going to forget about it anyways.
See,
I wonder if we'll be like that when we get old. We'll yell at our kids about something they just told us about.
That's what I'm scared about. I don't want to be that guy that forgets shit. I already forget enough, so I don't know. It's gonna be bad if it's like that. Ended listings.
Yeah, I forget a lot too. So we went and saw Jumanji this week.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Like I said, never gonna watch it again. But watching it one time, it was enjoyable.
Humna?
It was okay. I just didn't like the theater itself.
Just so you know, Humna, it's 45.
I know it is, babe.
Okay, just
It's
making
weird.
sure.
He's saying my name on the podcast, and he's not like. You don't.
Does he normally not?
No, you rarely say my name.
Not unless
it's always Babe.
Not unless I'm trying to get your attention.
Okay.
Whereas for me, it's James, Tyler, Babe.
Did we ever explain? Did we ever explain the origins of James?
Probably.
Do I even call you James on here though?
No, you have. You have.
I don't know.
James
not the first
is his
time.
middle name.
Yeah, it's his middle name.
I mean, it's just my middle name.
And then what's my middle name?
Tyler. Like what?
It's the saddest part about my life.
I told you Tyler. See, we had this whole debate about Tyler being a common name.
It is pretty common.
Thank you.
It's not that common.
And this is where we start to argue.
It's your middle name. That's not his first name.
No, but I'm
But
just
it
saying.
doesn't matter. The name Tyler itself is very common.
I've met more than 10 people named Tyler in my life. I've only met like probably 4 or 5 other Zachs. I think once you get over 10, it seems to be pretty common.
Although I totally noticed at work, there's like a bajillion Bobs and Nicks.
Yeah,
and
what is
Johns
with your
that
work?
all come
Mike,
in.
Bob,
Yeah.
Jim,
I'm like, because when I was taking the orders, I'm like, okay, so what's your name?
Alex,
Nick,
even though
okay.
she's a female,
Jim.
but
Yeah.
still.
John. I'm like, all these white ass names, y'all all sound like.
Yeah,
there
was
one day,
was
it
this
was
an
like
issue,
John in the
Zach,
morning,
for them?
and then
Was
like
this an
later
issue?
there was another John, and then
Yeah.
it was like, I'm like, fucking shit, is all the Johns in one area?
Yeah, you do get kind of the same names. It is a little weird. But like
It's
you
a lot
don't
of weird.
you don't work the night shift, and like during the night shift there's basically regulars that always come at night, and it's like their names are like pretty much automated in there.
Really?
Yeah. It's pretty funny. But there's this guy that comes almost every day, and he gets a number 9, which is pastrami and Monterey Jack, and he either gets it toasted or not toasted, and he gets it without mayo, and it's like
Disgusting.
I don't know. It's like literally almost every night. But yeah, I don't think I saw him the last few times I worked. So
Well, my mom works at a restaurant, and like when I go there to pick her up, sometimes I go in, like if I have to go to the bathroom or if I get there early and I don't feel like sitting in the car. And like there's always like the same couple of guys who sit at the counter, and I'm just like in the morning and at night. Like in the morning you'll see like the same, there's a guy who drives a truck, he's always there. And then in the afternoon there's a guy who always sits at the counter. And I'm like, you guys just have the money or something.
yeah.
And the health. Well, they probably don't have the health. They're probably pushing themselves towards a heart attack. I think my keys are in the jacket.
You were like a cartoon. You're like,
Well, yeah,
so
it
you
was
don't
like
understand. Every day when we wake up to get out of the door, it's like phone, wallet, glasses, keys.
Yeah.
Like I have to say this list for him, because if I don't, 9 times out of 10, he's gonna forget one of them and complain about it.
yeah.
I do the 3 touches: water bottle, wallet, keys.
No,
And 4 touches and phone.
no, but I forget the touches.
Yeah.
I forget until
always
I'm
do
like out of the
touches.
house.
Okay, babe. I just
You're
gotta
gonna
leave you.
Just gotta leave. Wait, is it time for a break? It's probably perfect time, right?
What time is it?
It's 29:06.
Look at that. Damn, look at that.
That's it?
Yeah.
Look at that.
It took us forever to get here.
Perfect fucking timing.
So the other half, y'all won't have my lovely voice.
Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Just
Nobody
gotta
gives
go
a
to
fuck.
Peppo's. I'm gonna be there today, later today. It's gonna be fun.
We actually got to get a lot of stuff done today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we got to get groceries. We got to get Fire his stuff. We got to go get me shoes, and we got to go build a bear. It's going to be a long night.
Yeah.
Where do you guys go for shoes?
Probably Shoe Carnival. Babe, are you going to pause it?
Oh, yeah.
We'll be back. Because they don't fucking know enough. They really don't. And just because a fucking shooting happened at that school doesn't mean that they're fucking experts about gun laws.
Well, the thing that I think is cool, I did start recording, by the way.
Okay.
The thing that I think is really cool about this whole movement thing that they started is it's kind of one of the biggest, in terms of like entirety of a community, like especially high school wise, this is one of the biggest that I remember in my lifetime, like right after something like this happens. Like,
yeah,
for these students, you know, a little younger than us, to come out and like a whole community and like be a part of like this whole like standing up for what they think should happen is really cool. But I agree with you, like they should probably, like, I think the adults and the experts are kind of letting them do their own thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's wrong because I think they're misguided because I don't think they know enough. Not that I know anything, because I don't.
Yeah.
But I do know that today a lot of people like to speak out based on their feelings and their expressions. And that's why, you know, the conservatives are like, you know, when shootings and mass murders and things like this happen, we shouldn't politicize it right away, because then we're talking based on feelings and anger and all that. And I believe that to be true, because when you talk on feelings, you go back later and you're like, well, maybe I shouldn't have said that, or maybe I shouldn't have thought that, or maybe that wasn't true because I bitched about it right away. But the left, they like to be like, well, this needs to change right now because this happened 10 seconds ago. Well, maybe you should wait and figure out what the whole thing was, because, you know, if you start politicizing early on, you don't have all the facts. And if you don't have all the facts, you don't know what you're talking about. If you don't know what you're talking about, you could make something even worse when you're trying to make it better. And I think that's what's happening now in a way. I think these kids are going out there with all their force and mighty that they can, which is, like I said, it's great and all. It's cool to see all these kids standing up and taking this head on. But at the same time, I don't think the experts are doing their job in saying, look, hold on, tone it down a little. Let's talk first and make sure you're getting the right information out there. Yeah. And not just being like, I'm 18 years old, I'm pissed off, and this is what should be done. That's true in hindsight, but at the same time, it's misguided.
Yeah.
And like you were talking about a second ago about the NRA saying, look, this isn't even our jurisdiction. We make guns because that's what we're here. That's what our organization is about.
Yeah.
Like the National Rifle Association. Like, I don't really know much about it.
I know.
But
I'll fucking kill that kid.
I do know that you are right. Like, they're just doing their job. This organization is here to do a job. That's what they're doing. Don't go after them.
Do we have that mic turned off?
Probably not.
Yeah. You can just turn it off on that. Yeah.
Which one is it? I think it's this one.
We'll just do it whichever one's not picking up audio.
Yeah, I'm trying. Hold on, we're gonna pause 1 second. No, I got it now. Okay, it's good. Yeah, so what do you think about gun control?
I mean, I'm pro guns.
The great question of gun control.
I'm totally pro gun. I think you should totally see. I don't believe that if something, I mean, guns are made for harm. I mean, that's kind of the bottom line. But they're also, like, they're killing machines, but they're made for protection. And
I don't know if harm is the right word.
I know
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but the bottom line is they're built to kill something. That's what they're made for.
Yeah.
So
yes and no.
I mean, I get it. You can go to a shooting range or whatever. That guy.
No, I'm just saying you could definitely shoot to kill, but you can also shoot to just, in simple terms, stop.
Because,
I know. You could shoot somebody in like the foot, and they won't necessarily die.
But for the most part, they're killing machines.
Right.
That's what they are.
But I'm pro guns.
Yeah, same.
Not like hardcore where I'm like Second Amendment, praise, get a tattoo and everything, you know, like some people are. But I'm saying pro guns as in I don't think we should take guns away. And like I think guns are here to stay. I definitely think there are guns that aren't meant for the general public.
Yeah.
I think there are like certain like military grade or like borderline military armed forces grade that shouldn't be allowed in public hands.
Well, no fucking automatic rifle should be allowed.
No. But I do believe that people have their right to get a gun license, own a gun. I don't like that you can just go on Craigslist or eBay and buy a gun like that.
Yeah.
That I think needs to be looked at because I think it's just too dangerous now.
Well, I think when you do that, though, I think it's people who already have their FOID card, and you do need to go through a test for that.
But at the same time, I can go on Craigslist and inquire, and if somebody wants to sell a gun because they need the money, they're not going to hesitate to sell me the gun for the money.
True.
I don't have a gun license. I don't know how to use a gun. I've shot maybe a rifle from my dad, but that's about it.
Yeah.
So when you don't go through the proper like businesses or people who sell guns, you don't get background checked. Like I could be some crazy ass right now and just go buy myself a gun today. It's really not that hard.
Well, actually, right now in Illinois, the FOID card thing now it's raised to 21.
Well, I don't know what that is, but like I said,
in order to buy a gun,
you
need a FOID card.
Okay, well, I'm saying if you contact the right person, you can buy a gun.
Definitely
today.
in Chicago. I mean, there's definitely a lot of outlets for that.
Exactly. So I think that needs to be looked at. I don't think you should be able to just go out to some person who's selling a gun and buy a gun like that. I think you should go to the right place, buy a gun, get your license, learn how to use it, because I think people who are saying, the Second Amendment is here to stay, I have this right, that's true. That's fine. You can argue that. But if you're going to argue that, I want you to also know why that Second Amendment was made. You need to know the history of guns. You need to know why guns are used for protection. You need to know how guns are used for protection. You can't just be like, well, I need to keep my family safe, so I'm going to get a gun license and go buy a gun and put it under my bed. You need to know the history. You need to know why and who and why this amendment is there, why it's a part of the Constitution. You can't just be like, guns are used for protection, so I'm going to go buy a gun now.
Yeah.
That's not, no. You need to know.
The chick who was speaking for NRA, a history teacher, basically, it was kind of a cheese fest, but she was definitely, I mean, I don't mean to like say it like that, because it was serious, because she did say like one of the students that was killed was in her class, and she basically said something along the lines like, okay, and I want you to explain the Second Amendment, and I'm a history teacher, now the world's going to grade you on your answer, whatever the fuck. And then she was like, explaining to me how an 18-year-old with issues like was able to do it, whatever the fuck. And she literally straight up said like why the Second Amendment was made. But then the history teacher was pissed. She's like, well, no, but that doesn't apply to the 18-year-old. Now answer that. And
that's what I hate too. It's like, well, that doesn't apply.
Yeah.
Well, then where is the line?
Yeah.
Where if this?
Well, it was also
we have rules and we have laws like. Nowadays there's so many, like, there's an unwritten rules handbook.
I don't mean that doesn't apply. I mean, she said, like, that doesn't apply to her question. She wanted basically an answer about the kid.
Okay.
But her question was really long and weird, so it was kind of
that's how they try to get you.
Yeah, it was, but she didn't state it the right way.
And you know what? Who asked the question to who?
The history teacher asked the NRA chick.
Okay, well, so there's a story going around that one of the Florida high school students.
It's false. If you're talking about the California thing, it's false.
No, I don't know what that is.
You're not.
No. That's not what I'm talking about.
Do you know what I'm talking about, though?
I do.
Okay.
Hold off on that. One of the California students allegedly decided not to go to the town hall after originally planning to go because CNN took his, because I guess from what I get, CNN took questions from the kids reviewed them. So CNN knew questions that were going to be asked.
Yeah.
And I guess CNN took this kid's question and remade it for him, and he didn't like it. So he decided not to go.
Well, why didn't he just be like...
Because he said CNN was trying to script it.
Yeah, but what he should have did, he should be like, yeah, I'll use your question, and then not use your question. Because it was on live TV.
I mean, there could have been a contract.
Yeah, and I would have been just like, fuck it. I mean...
yeah, but...
You know...
I mean, it's probably easier to just be like... to call him out as a media trying to push an agenda and try to get justice that way than possibly sign a contract, totally void the contract, and then get crapped on by a huge corporation like CNN.
Yeah.
So I think if he has the proof, he should come out with the proof and be like, look, CNN was trying to push an agenda here and take advantage of us and script this whole thing just for their views, you know, because, I mean, I kind of believe it. I'm sure they did.
What do you expect?
Exactly, but yeah, because CNN's like, oh, this is a great opportunity.
Oh,
because like when I first heard about this whole CNN town hall between students and the NRA and the Senate from Florida and whatever, Marco Rubio.
Yeah,
I was like, damn, that's quick,
dude. Honestly,
I was like, but. No, they saw this and they're like, this is it for us.
There was a really awkward moment that I was like, I get what you're trying to do, kid, but that was really fucking... Like, first of all, this kid, in my opinion, really did disrespect Marco Rubio. And I'm not like a Marco Rubio supporter or fan or anything like that, but basically, this kid stood up and he told Marco Rubio that my friend is over there in the audience and I think he's going into the Marines or something like that. I want you to tell him. He tells him, I want you to tell him. Like, he doesn't ask or anything. He's like, I want you to tell him that he's going to make it back alive. And Marco Rubio's like, are you going to continue on or, oh, okay, I guess I'm doing it now. So he literally tells that guy, like, you're great for this country and yes, you're going to come back alive and all this stupid shit. And I just thought that was like the dumbest fucking thing ever. In all honesty, I get it.
But why though?
They're in a hostile environment or whatever with those fucking kids. But Marco Rubio should have totally shut him down. That was fucking rude.
Not just that, it's he totally intentionally but unspoken used this Florida shooting where kids are in classrooms and this psycho walked into the high school as a means to compare that to the Marines, where the Marines, like, you're expecting gunfire and you're expecting war and stuff like that. Nobody sitting in a classroom at a Florida high school is expecting war and gun violence like that.
Yeah.
So there's really no comparison, and also, like, it should go without saying that there's no guarantee that anybody who joins the armed forces is coming back alive.
Yeah, no.
There shouldn't be like... And gun reform has nothing to do with the armed forces. Nothing. Because armed forces use the best of the best, especially in the United States.
Yeah. Best military.
So, I mean, that was just kind of off the topic and out of line.
I guarantee either...
And Marco Rubio was definitely... He probably wanted to look sentimental, but he was definitely wrong to do that. Because I know he didn't believe in it. He
stood there for a minute, was like, is this fucking kid serious? Like, I thought it was really fucking rude. Because it was just... You're supposed to be asking questions. You don't fucking tell... He's a senator, right?
Yeah.
You don't just straight up tell a senator, I want you to tell him...
A former presidential candidate at that.
I guarantee that's either CNN's words or this kid was like, I'm going to be the American hero on TV. And they're like, oh, you should totally fucking ask him this. Because we fucking hate Republicans.
Except for the fact that it has nothing to do with what you were talking about.
It's fucking stupid. I honestly... That fucking kid. I don't know. It was horrible. I thought it was fucking stupid. But those kids, like I said, I think it's cool. And I think what me and you do here is cool because we speak our opinions on this shit. But at the same time, me and you and these kids all combined have no experience compared to the people who should really be talking about.
And you know what? This is a sad thing to say, but it's also the reality. Politics make a person do what they don't necessarily want to do.
Yeah.
Everything that politicians do isn't necessarily what they believe in, but you're dealing with so many, like senators. You're in the House of the Senate. If you're a senator, you're dealing with 99 other people, and they're not all on your side. So there are some things you have to do to get something else in the long term. And so, in politics, you have your hands tied a lot of the times. Like, you have to do things that are, in simple terms, business. Like, you have to, in order to get what you might want done in the future. You'd be like, okay, I do this for them, they do this for me, it works out. So Marco Rubio can't stand there and be like, no more this, no more that. No, he has to talk to many people. It's not his decision. He has the power to bring it up, but I think people forget representatives and senators. Like, if you're talking about a House they represent you and what you want. That doesn't mean they have the power to do it. They're just your voice. They're supposed to be there for you and the majority. Like, if there's a Democratic, if people vote Democrat in Florida, I think Marco Rubio is a Republican. But, okay, so if people vote Republican in Florida, that means majority of the people voted Republican for Marco Rubio, and so he is the representative for issues, but that doesn't mean he has the power to single-handedly get things passed. He is just your voice for what you want because you voted for him because he had your views. So he's not God of Florida. He can't do things on his own, and people are attacking him because, this is happening in his state. Sure, but at the same time, you have to realize, why are we attacking people that we put into office and they're trying to do the things that we want them to do, but they can't do it. It's not necessarily their fault. Sometimes it is. Sometimes they just go off the wall, but it's not single-handedly their fault. Like, people always blame Donald Trump for the state of the country. It's not his fault. He's just a part of it. He's just a symptom, as I've heard before. So, I mean, people, you gotta stop single-handedly blaming one person. It's just not how politics work. Politics is a business, just like everything else. And sometimes you don't get what you want in politics.
Especially ours, capitalists.
Yeah, and you have to do things that you don't want, and you get shit on for it, but oh well.
Yeah, because, for a while I was like, we could totally it would be great if we could just start the fuck over and just because I was going to say back, like, when you were bringing up the people bringing up the amendments, I hate when fucking people bring up the amendments. Because at the same time, look, those fucking guys, they probably didn't expect us to keep using it up to this point. They probably wanted us to change shit and add on to it. They probably like, if those people were here today, they'd probably be like, you're still fucking using that thing? Like, George Washington would probably be pissed and gritting his fucking wooden teeth, probably start a fire in his mouth.
He'd also be like, look, times change.
Yeah.
Maybe this should change too.
Yeah. He was around the times when they had slaves.
You gotta think about that. You gotta think about that because, what has it been, like 300 plus years?
Something crazy.
So, times change and things get outdated. And I know amendments are hard to change, but we also didn't have the type of machinery we had when the Second Amendment was made.
Yeah, and technology's changed, and people's ideologies have massively changed, and we talked about it.
When the First Amendment was made, freedom of speech was so much smaller.
Yeah.
Like, there wasn't, now freedom of speech is so nitpicky. Like, I threw my laptop on the ground in the middle of my classroom. That was just a form of self-expression. I shouldn't get in trouble for that.
Yeah.
I was just expressing myself. That's a freedom of mine. Well, no.
And we were talking about it in our government class the other day, how, or at least our teacher was explaining to us, like, how there was all these different parties, and it all kind of came down to just now there's Republicans, and Democrats and Libertarian and whatever. Like there's all these different things that kind of change throughout, and it's like there's just so many different the viewpoints have massively changed politically to now there's really only two sides basically that are the driving forces, and that's how it kind of always was.
The independent is there just for one of the parties to put a wedge in the other.
Yeah,
because that's really the third party unless some really popular Republican or really popular Democrat run as an independent just to keep going. That third party is there for one of the parties to take advantage and just, take votes away from their opponent.
Yeah. So, but what I was going to say, though, basically, is for a while I thought maybe this capitalist thing just doesn't work. But the thing is monarchy and capitalists and fucking all these things have happened in history and they've all had their gripes. And so far, the only ones that are really still around are capitalist, and then Britain's monarchy, right? Because they're under king, queen, whatever, and then what do you call religion-based one? The Middle East. Do you know what that's called? Where the government's based on a religion. I honestly can't think of the name of it.
I keep thinking oligarchy, but I don't think it is.
I don't know. Anyways, though, there's only been so many forms of government and societies that have been formed to where theocracy. And so far, those are the only three that are really still going on, whereas there's been other ones that have just failed. Communism has failed multiple times. Socialism, I actually don't know where socialism has been, or if there is socialism anywhere right now.
Canada,
that's socialism?
A lot of their government systems are socialism, the biggest one being healthcare, which people think that we could just do this in the United States.
I think that's the first thing most of us think about, because we're free healthcare, but it's really not free.
Well, no, it's not.
Anyways, though, I don't know. I've kind of come to the conclusion, maybe with the America mentality, which is basically you live the dream if you can make the dream. So if you can make money, if you do whatever you got to do, then that's fine. But I think we're so far deep into this money mentality because we are capitalists. I think if we even try to change it, I feel like it would really go down the toilet, because I really don't think we would be able to function as well as we do now. And even though there is a lot of lobbyist shit and all that, that's the biggest fucking problem. It's just the lobbyists and corruption that goes on. Obviously, I think everybody knows about that, and that's the sad part, is that we all know that it's going on, but we're not doing anything about it. Everybody wants to talk about the late 60s and be like, oh yeah, this is a great time where people were really changing stuff, and they were, a lot of stuff was changing with black rights and stuff like that, but at the same time, the people who were doing it were these kids, and the difference between those liberals and the liberals today is that they were fighting for peace with peace, and nowadays we're not. We're just fighting for something that we believe is going to be peace, even though it's never going to get there. Even if we got the fucking balls to full on just go to war with our government, knock them all down, guess what? There's still the people who are going to knock those fuckers down. They're going to end up being the people we put on top or whatever. And then guess what? It's going to happen all over again. It's just going to take years and years to develop, but it's going to turn into the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
So at this point, I don't think a revolution is a fucking thing that we need. I don't think any of that shit really means anything anymore. We're in this moment where I think the only way that America and the whole world can really adapt into something that means something, that we can actually work, is if somehow we didn't have war and all that shit. But no matter what, that's always going to be around. So that's my only fear, is I just think that this is just an era. We had the era of the bugs and the insects and the arachnids that were fucking building sized. Then we had dinosaurs and we had mammals, and now this is the age of the primates.
Yeah.
And this is just going to go by. We're going to fucking nuke out everybody, and we're all going to die.
Yeah.
And then it's just going to be, what's going to be next? It's I don't know. the age of the parasite, maybe. Who fucking knows? I mean, we have one as a president, so who fucking knows, you know? But I think at this point the world is so damaged, just politically and with the people. It's just we're so deep within ourselves. I don't think anything's ever really gonna change. I think like the whole idea of revolution is so far down in a hole. It wouldn't even make sense if it happened. It just wouldn't lead to anything good. And that's the sad part, you know. It's just like it's just a dream now.
I had a dream. All right, well, we got to stop there because we got class in a half hour, so got to pack this up and hit the road, Jack.
All right.
All right.
Adios, amigos.
Yep. Goodbye.